If you're a wet painter out there, you probably suck at making clouds. It's okay, I did too, until I found out this really cool trick. And I'm gonna share with you that trick that's gonna make every single cloud you do perfect, look awesome, stand out, and be bold to where you're gonna be proud of it. You wanna know what the tip and trick is? Guess what? I cheat. Yeah, I really do cheat, and I'm gonna show you how you can cheat too. Let's go. Hey, what is up all you beautiful and creative people? Wild here to make sure you become bigger and better with your painting adventures. If this is your first time here, you need help with tips, tricks, how-tos, or just general inspiration from a man with great hair, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below and tick that bell so you know when my videos go live for you. So how do I cheat when it comes to doing clouds? To be 100% honest, my wet paintings aren't always wet. When I put in clouds and sky and all that stuff, a lot of times I'll let my painting dry or tacky up over the next few hours or even days. And what this accomplishes is it allows me to come back at a later point and add highlights that won't get contaminated by the base coat, which is what a lot of you struggle with. You slap in a cloud, it picks up under that strong blue color that's underneath, and it contaminates your brush, making for really weak clouds that aren't bold, beautiful, and contrasty. So when you can come back, add more to it, you get those beautiful popping whites or any kind of color you want to put on here. So I'm going to show you really quick what I mean. On the left side here, I'm going to put raw highlights out of the tube that we can just shape so we make these clouds pop. And then one thing I love to do is I re-wet my canvas with a liquid clear medium or any type of clear medium, and I will add highlights to the cloud, which allows you to still push paint around and give you specular highlights, but there will be more of a gradual change, so it gives you that translucency look in some areas. So let's dive right into it. All I have here is my foliage brush that I use to slap in these clouds, and on the left side here, I'm just gonna take some raw white and just touch the top of the crowns of my clouds, and just follow the shape of how I think wind would go in here. And it doesn't take much paint, but this is gonna allow me to add awesome little specular highlights to make them stand out even more, okay? All you need to concentrate on is how the sun is coming across and hitting these particular parts. Now I'm just gonna tap in the bottom half to let it dissipate into the cloud that we had already built into the painting. Take our 2-inch brush, and I'm just gonna slowly circular blend all this down in, still not touching my crowns. And just slowly blend all what I don't want for specular highlight into this blue paint in the background. Blend in the rest with some cross strokes and bring these highlights down and in. Give it a little lift. The nice thing about when your paint is dry, you can be a lot more firm with it and push a little harder, which is gonna be nice for beginners out there because you probably don't have a light touch just yet. And then work out our strokes just very softly. And look how awesome this is. Within just a few moments of slapping in some white paint on the crowns of our clouds, it looks like the sunlight is kissing certain parts and adds so much more depth and character to our sky. Anybody can do this. Just come back in a few hours or a day or two and let your paint tacky up and throw some raw paint right on top, and you get all these beautiful colors. On our right side here, I've already re-wetted our canvas with liquid clear, and I went through the entire canvas here, so this way you can see the difference between the two. Now we're gonna do the same thing and just add some highlights near the top of our painting and follow how we think the sunlight would kind of come across and hit a few little spots here. And that's all we're gonna do. Gonna feather in the bottom here with my same brush that's just been tapped off so the paint doesn't add any more. And just feather just the bottom of these by lightly tapping. The more you tap, the more it's gonna fade into that blue background there. And don't be afraid to wipe off your brush to get the excess white off your paintbrush as well. Just feathering these down and in. This is so easy, you don't even have to look at your painting. Just, have fun with it, be free. blend in our base down here. Again, I just want to leave the crowns alone and let the rest kind of flow where it needs to go. Pull the body of the paint into the cloud here to give it a little more shape and structure. And now let's give it a little bit of a lift. Oh, these look beautiful. Gosh, look at the depth in these things. Crap, my elbow's blocking. You guys can't see it, but momentarily you're gonna be in awe. Look at these beautiful blending of specular highlights that we got going here in floating and creating all this shape and depth. Again, I just pushed some paint in here on the tops of my crowns, feathered, blended, and pulled it down into the body, and then just brushed out all the brush strokes. I mean, look how beautiful this is. This literally took me only a few minutes, and look how beautiful it looks. Now, both are great. One's a little more rough, which can be depending on how your painting style is, and one's a lot more smooth. But both of these are great ways, and you can do a combination of both if you want to. It's really up to you. It's only cheating if you get caught. Don't be afraid to let your canvas tacky up, firm up, or dry a little bit so you can easily add layers on top of it. Likewise, don't be afraid to go back and re-wet your canvas. It's an awesome tip. You're not Bob Ross, and neither am I. I can't do a painting that looks decent in 30 minutes or less. I kind of treat my canvas as if I'm making love for the first time. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I take hours and hours and hours to figure it out till I actually nail it correctly. I know. I'm pretty impressive, aren't I? There's something you need to know if you plan on using this hack, cheat, or tip. Generally, a lot of my paintings, I'll do in sections because I don't have enough time to paint because I spend a couple hours on each part. I'll generally paint the background, and then later I'll paint the midground and foreground. Or I'll paint the top half, and then later I'll paint the bottom half, which is why I get used to re-wetting my canvas all the time. You can do this with liquid clear, liquid white, and liquid black. You just gotta figure out where your stages are good to stop and start again at, which is something you'll learn in time. In fact, I'm actually gonna show you that in a video at some point because I know a lot of people are just like me. You only have so much time to paint in a day, and you're not gonna complete a painting. So I will show you where you can stop and start again for perfect paintings every time. That'll come down the road, but if you found this tip very helpful, do me a favor and hit that big red subscribe button down below. And if you need any more helpful video tips, tricks, how-tos, or great hair, gonna do you a favor and put a couple videos over here to the side. Do me a favor, check them out, because it really helps me grow my channel, which means I can help you grow. Until next time, take care. Miss you guys already, and I will see you all in the next painting video.